How's it going, guys? Okay, so I wanted to do a payback predictions video. Basically going over my thoughts on payback, which is this Sunday, what could happen, what could possibly go wrong, and what could possibly go right. And actually, WWE could propel themselves to the future with great storylines and great booking opportunities, hopefully. But with further ado, let's go ahead and get this started, get out of the way. It's going to be a short video. Not a lot's been going on. So I'm going to try and make this very short, sweet, simple to the point, give my thoughts, and that'll be it. So, okay, so first off, we start with a pre-show, which will be Ryback versus Kalisto for the United States Championship, and who gives a shit? Uh, how the mighty have fallen in the eyes of Ryback when he was over what 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and then now he's regulated to being on the pre-show with Kalisto, who overall is a good worker. Both of them can be great workers with astounding matches. It's just I feel like neither of them care. Um, I feel like Kalisto doesn't care. I feel like Ryback doesn't care, and it's really brought down the prestige of the United States Championship ever since John Cena left. Um, all in all, I hope that something happens to spice up not this rivalry because this rivalry sucks. I hope something happens to kind of spruce up the division of the United States Championship, whether that means they unify the Intercontinental title with it, maybe make that the European title or something. I don't know. Something needs to happen though to establish greatness back in that division. And I feel like there's none. I feel like nobody cares. All in all, I say Kalisto wins. Um, if they wanted to bring a little of attention to it, they could have Ryback go over just so that there's a title change. Because honestly, I don't know if there'll be any more on the show. So they could have Ryback win being the only title change of the night. I personally think Kalisto will win, kind of as he did at WrestleMania, and we will probably get another match out of this. Um, but we'll do a predictions of what going forward probably tomorrow. But right now I'm taking Kalisto over Ryback. Now, next scheduled, and this is coming off of 411mania.com. Thank you for them for having great site. They have the card basically set up for you already. Just go down. But the next one that's listed is Vince McMahon announces who will control Monday Night Raw, and this I think is the inevitable brand split situation. I feel like they could milk this for what it's worth. He could be like, okay, well, you can have a match, and whoever wins that match is gonna control Raw. Stephanie, you pick somebody, Shane, you pick somebody, and have them go with Extreme Rules. I feel like they could do that. I don't feel like they will. I feel like this is going to be the beginning of the brand split. How they will come about that, I do not know. Um, but nobody really wants to see the Authority back on Raw. It's been stale. It's been stale for years. Even though we don't, even though not many people think of it, they've been around for a while, and I feel like it's been overrun. I feel like Shane being there is new and fresh, but at the same time, it's really not. It's great as in we don't have a 30-minute Authority promo to start off the show, and there's a lot more wrestling now, but still there needs to be something else behind it. And I feel like a brand split really would work. And of course, in another video, I'll go into how I feel like the brand split will work. Um, just with how more exposure some up and comers can have, a la Baron Corbin, even Tyler Breeze, Zack Ryder, Damian Sandow. Some people we haven't seen in a long time who the audience still clamors for. Um, but other than that, I feel like it'll be a brand split. If not, I feel like he'll give it to Shane, and that'll start something between everybody. Now, next on the card is Baron Corbin versus Dolph Ziggler, and if they don't have Baron Corbin, go over what's wrong with them. Um, Up until this past Monday, Baron Corbin's been booked correctly. He should have never run from Dolph Ziggler. That's not his character. It doesn't make sense for his character because Baron Corbin just doesn't give a shit. He's like the honey badger. Honey badger don't care. Baron Corbin don't care. I feel like he has those red strobe lights to see where he needs to walk on stage because they don't go over it beforehand with him. He's too busy doing something else. But I feel like Baron Corbin wins this. They could drag it out and have Dolph Ziggler come in as the underdog, but if you're trying to establish Baron Corbin right now, you need to have him win convincingly, because he could be a monster heel. Promo skills he needs to work on. He has more than Apollo Crews, I'll give him that, but he needs to work on a lot of things, and I feel like a stepping stone is Dolph Ziggler to get that, what the announcers like to say as a former world champion win under his belt, and I feel like this is a good way to do that. I feel like next up he'll have to go up against a fan favorite. I don't know if they want to jump directly to Dean Ambrose because of that, but he would have to jump up to somebody else pretty quickly. Of course, they can go 3 more months with this and just keep on going, make it all convoluted. But I'd say Baron Corbin in the end. Next up, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens. They could have these matchups for the rest of their careers, and I would be okay with that. I could watch Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens go at it for decades. Decades. Even when they're 70 years old, they see each other playing bingo. They just stroll across with the little walkers. They keep on going, see each other. One says bingo, the other just starts punching them in the face, and they start doing that. That's greatness. I love that. I love this feud. I love their characters. Sami Zayn is the underdog, so I feel like he has to lose. I feel like because everybody's picking Kevin Owens to win, but everybody's picking Kevin Owens to win Money in the Bank. I mean, okay, so this is my thoughts on that. I feel like Kevin Owens should get the upper hand on Sami Zayn in every single one of their matches now. He has way more main event experience. He has way more main roster experience than Sami Zayn does. Sami Zayn just lost to Nakamura. Understandably so. He should. Whoever faced him should have lost anyway. So that being said, I feel like Money in the Bank, Sami Zayn should win. That should be his key underdog victory as him and Kevin Owens are battling over the briefcase. I feel like that's when Sami Zayn should come out, win the briefcase, win the opportunity to go on and face the world champion. And of course, still, they could have a feud with Kevin Owens that goes on past Money in the Bank, which they should because they still need to build up Sami Zayn and his character and the underdog persona he's trying to become because I feel like he could have a Daniel Bryan-esque career. And he should. He's a hell of a worker. Hell of a worker. I love Sami Zayn. I love Kevin Owens. Hope this feud goes on forever. But right now, for Payback, I'm choosing Kevin Owens to win, probably convincingly again. I know it's two heels, but you kind of have to have it that way right now. For storyline's sake, it makes sense. Booking wise, it makes sense, but it needs to happen that way. So next up is Chris Jericho versus Dean Ambrose, and this is the most I'm conflicted on. I'm conflicted on the World Championship match, but I'm also conflicted on this match, just because they could have Chris Jericho win, and it wouldn't hurt Ambrose. But then you don't know what Chris Jericho's schedule is like, and his contract was set up. You don't know how that's like. He could end up leaving before SummerSlam. I feel like he's going to stay before SummerSlam. I think this is his last hurrah on the WWE to put new guys over. I would not be surprised if Chris Jericho won this match just to build up to a bigger one at Extreme Rules because I feel like that's Dean Ambrose's playground. That's his character's persona is to be extreme. But I feel like you can't have Ambrose lose to Lesnar and Jericho back to back unless they wanted to be like that and him win convincingly at Extreme Rules and send Chris Jericho packing for about a month or something. Um, I feel like I want Chris Jericho to win because I want this feud to continue to Extreme Rules, but I feel like Dean Ambrose will win. I feel like he'll regain momentum and they'll possibly still have a match at Extreme Rules just because Chris Jericho will come out with a heel persona and demand a rematch because he got screwed or some excuse. I feel like this will be your big babyface win of the night. Will be Dean Ambrose overcoming Chris Jericho in some way. So that's probably what's going to happen. Next is the WWE Tag Team Tournament #1 Contenders match presented by Bootios. I actually love that. That's fantastic. I'm glad somebody did that because it seems like Xavier Woods writes his own shit, and that's fantastic. I love that. They should keep on doing that. So, Big Cass, Enzo versus the Vaudevillains. Okay, I like the Vaudevillains. I like them. I like their characters. I like the persona. I like their swagger. I like everything about them. I love Enzo and Cass. Enzo and Cass right now are more over than probably New Day. Um, this one's a toss-up because I could see the Dudleys coming in and interfering with Enzo and Cass, costing them the chance of the championship belts, and the Vaudevillains going over. And I think that's what's going to happen. I think the Vaudevillains will win. I think they don't want to pull the trigger yet on a Enzo and Cass New Day rivalry. I think they really want to push new talent, and I think this is a good way to do that. And less established talent, which is like the Vaudevillains. They're very good in the ring, very good chemistry. They work well together. I just feel like it was a bummer to begin with because they debuted on SmackDown, whereas Enzo and Cass debuted on Raw, so they kind of have like a disadvantage a little bit. Um, but I feel like the Vaudevillains will win sneakily, connivingly, um, with the help of the Dudleys, and that'll set up a Dudley uh, Enzo and Cass feud going forward. And I think that banter would be great, especially going to Extreme Rules where Dudleys will thrive, Enzo and Cass will come into their own. Um, yeah, I feel like until SummerSlam, like everything's gonna build towards SummerSlam, which it should be. It should be like that. Um, and I feel like that's when Enzo and Cass look at their opportunity is at SummerSlam. I think that's when they're gonna get the big win. I feel like that's when they're gonna get the championship reign going. But until then, I think it's gonna end up being New Day versus Vaudevillains, and I think this is gonna make a star of the Vaudevillains. I really do, and I hope it does. I hope it does because this tag team division's as deep as it's ever been before, and that's great news for everybody, especially because you have so many still in NXT that are left to call up. So, hallelujah on that. Okay, so now the WWE Women's Title match, the first ever women's title defense. Well, first ever women's title defense. You have Charlotte with Ric Flair, who needs to go away really quickly, and Natalya with Bret Hart. Now, I can see this going one of two ways. Either Ric Flair does something to cost Charlotte the match and they break up, or Ric Flair does something to cost Charlotte the match and she loses the title. Or doesn't cost her the match, but they break up anyway. Um, I feel like, Bret Hart doesn't want to be here. I don't know why he's here. I feel like this would be a good way to pull the trigger, though, to kind of even the odds. I really don't know. I kind of hope I love Natalya. I absolutely love Natalya. I love her in-ring work. She's one of the only older veterans in the Divas division that can still go with the new blood, new breed. Um, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that Natalya wins. I feel like this is a good way to get the ball rolling on Ric Flair kind of exiting Charlotte's career because he is holding her back. The gimmick that she's doing from him, it's great. It's great. She works great. She's a great heel, but I feel like it's holding her back from becoming her own. I feel like that's what needs to happen now, especially going forward with more divas possibly being called up, a la Bayley. You still have Sasha in the background waiting for her shot. Um, which, by the way, shame on WWE for not having another Divas match or another Divas tag team match. You have ample opportunity to start doing that, and you have it. You have all the talent in the world in the women's division. Sorry, it's gonna take me a while to get used to that. And you haven't pulled the trigger on that yet and start doing multiple storylines. Come on, like you have plenty of players now. You need to start doing that. People want to see that. I would rather see that than Roman Reigns win again. I'd rather see that than Kalisto and Ryback. Put Sasha and Paige. Why not? Give them 15 minutes, make magic. Um, next is, yeah, I'm picking Natalya just because it'll be a shock. I feel like it'd be a feel good moment. It should be in the middle of the show. Um, I feel like that'll give the audience something they would want, and it'll be a big pop. Next is the WWE Intercontinental Title match between The Miz, which and Cesaro. I hate The Miz's character. And I don't hate it to where I want to stand up and boo him. I hate it to where I don't want to watch. It's boring. It's so boring. him being a protagonist, antagonist. Sorry, him being an antagonist is great when he's on Miz TV, when he's actually like starting a feud or adding fuel to the fire on one. When he's part of it, it is boring as shit. I hope Cesaro wins. I hope Cesaro brings back some prestige to the title. I would love to see Cesaro versus Zack Ryder. I feel like Zack Ryder should have continued to be the champion, been the underdog champion that Kalisto is trying to be, and continued that, but they didn't. They screwed that up and they botched it really bad. I'm picking Cesaro to win this match only because, yes, Miz is a great company guy. At the end of the day, his performing is shit now, and he needs to become more of a personality than a performer. Next is the WWE World Heavyweight title match between AJ Styles and Roman Reigns. Here's my problem with this. I was giddy as shit when AJ Styles won the Fatal 4-Way to become the number one contender. That was fantastic. Fantastic match. AJ Styles deserves it for career's sake. My problem with this is that the Bulletproof Balor, Bullet Club, whatever they're going to be called, has been weak. They were booked Monday night to be weak. They got manhandled by Roman Reigns. Two guys, two guys who could be called the best tag team in the world today, got manhandled by Roman Reigns. One man. Why? Why? Now, I kind of alluded to this in my other video about how I would have done Gallows and Anderson's debut better, or how I would have thought it should have went. Because I'm not a booker, I just have thoughts, and I find them when I poop. So that's what happens. Um, I don't necessarily know who's going to win. My gut feeling tells me AJ Styles is going to win. I know everybody wants to get on the Roman Reigns train. Everybody wants to say, well, Vince is going to push him, Vince is going to do that. But they just paid AJ Styles a lot of money. A lot of money to come to WWE. And it's going to be a big deal. Um, Now, Finn there's been talk, rumblings, rumors. I don't think he's going to show up. I don't think he is. I think Gallows and Anderson are there to help Styles. I don't think he'll use their help. I think they'll inadvertently use it. Honestly, I think he'll use it. I think he'll turn heel, which is going to make him a bigger face, and Roman Reigns is going to be the heel. Anyway, it doesn't matter. The matter of the fact is that AJ Styles should win this match. AJ Styles will probably win this match because the bigger swerve right now, even though everybody says the biggest swerve is going to be Bullet Club turning on AJ, the biggest swerve is going to be Bullet Club helping AJ. Everybody's expecting AJ to get screwed. Everyone's expecting that. So wouldn't it be great if they did what nobody expected and put the big belt on AJ Styles? Why not? Why not? Then you can have the Shield come back. I don't know how, but you could have that happen. Doesn't make any sense. I don't want that to happen. I think that is way too soon. Um, but then you can have your little one versus all storyline, and you can have the Bullet Club come in and be more over than ever. And then you can have Balor eventually come and be a part of basically the main event scene with the title, and that would be fantastic. But yeah, I think AJ should take it. I think he will take it. I would be disappointed if he didn't, but I would understand if he didn't either. Both ways, as long as it's played right, I think we're okay. If they screw him, I think it's fine. If they don't screw him and he wins, I think that's fine too. If Roman Reigns just wins outright, there's going to be hell to pay from the fans, even your casual fans. Because I don't know what they're smoking, what they're drinking, what they're taking, what they're listening to, the feedback that they're getting from I don't know who, maybe unborn children. Roman Reigns isn't over, and until they figure out a way to manipulate him, to manipulate the crowd better, there's no way he's going to be over. You can bring all the Make-A-Wish kids you want out there. It's not going to help. It's not. The only way for Roman Reigns to get over is for him to go away. And I think you have the prime opportunity to do that this Sunday. And not for a month, not because of no surgery. No, you need to bloody that son of a bitch up. And you need to put him out of action. This is the greatest opportunity to. But I guess we'll see what happens. I want to pick the upset. So I'm picking upsets for that and for Charlotte match. I don't know. This It's funny how like one part or literally less than 2 minutes of the show can dictate how the show's going to be this weekend. It could either be really, really great or it could be really, really bad. And that's part of the Roman Reigns era, is that it's all going to be hinged on what he does and how he does it. So that's going to be it for this video. I think I've ranted or rambled long enough. Those are my payback predictions. Um, we'll see what happens. So thank you all so much for watching. Again, I really appreciate it. Follow me on Twitter at Sithly. It's with the one, not an I. Follow me on Twitch at Sithly. It's with a one, not an I. I'm normally on there every day, streaming Hearthstone, Fallout 4, Madden 16, Destiny, plethora of stuff. And I'll be posting on here more often now than I have before. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it, and I will see you guys later. Bye bye.